Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Newsgram. Doesn't it feel sometimes like we spend most of our lives just trying to figure it all out? You may have sorted out the meaning of everything, but if you have, you are definitely in the minority. Nadia Owen is the subject of our little chat today, and she's put together a very personal, poetic journey in the form of a book titled Looking Beyond the Clouds. And in it, she has a message for Christians, and non-Christians as well. She says, while Christianity is for everyone, it doesn't mean that being a Christian is easy. It just gives you an incentive to be a better person and to have a purpose.
It is okay to not always be so happy, and it's okay to doubt your relationship with God or to even be angry with God.
We are forgiven. Heaven only knows what I'm fighting. Only on the earth I tread in a sea of sin. As I breathe in, I'm releasing. Tears began to fall as I bury my eyes. As I bury my eyes. As I bury my eyes. I am alive.
There's a lot of division in the world right now, and part of that is people having certain presumptions about Christianity and Christians, and I'm hoping to maybe clear the air there a little bit.
Basically, it's okay to be human. In fact, it's important. Questioning our beliefs, questioning our leaders, questioning everything is how we find the truth. Failing and starting again is how we evolve. We weren't born perfect, and she says if you're striving for perfection, then you're probably doing it wrong. Let me clarify that a bit further. If you're a true Christian, then your behavior should mirror, reflect, and resemble that of Jesus Christ. Now, that is setting the bar pretty high. We are human after all, and we need to understand that we're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. The people who know us and love us should understand that we are doing the best that we can.
I feel like a lot of Christians feel sort of this double standard of people expect them to be pompous and phony in a way, but when they're not, then the Christians are hoping that at least then the other person will understand that they're not being phony and that they really do believe in what they're saying. But when they do come off as more pompous and don't really follow what they're teaching, then other people kind of point to them and say, you know, you're not a Christian, or this is what Christianity is really, quote unquote, about.
We are all imperfect beings, and we are not as different as the world would have us believe. If you're a Christian with some doubts, here's a poem that I think you'll enjoy. It's called Imperfect. The artist makes eraser marks on his work, but he planned to make these mistakes. At first, it seems that it was accidental, but in the end, a more beautiful and unique picture is made. The scars are visible, but this is where you can see his work on me. He took my past eraser marks and turned it into a more beautiful masterpiece. This is my story. The sculptor scratches away night and day. He started out with an ordinary rock of a rough gray, but just enough pressure and the removal of the unwanted, he works until he gets a diamond that shines brighter than day. They say I'm perfect, but I know he's still working, washing me with his blood, repainting me with his grace, etching away so that I'm pleasing to the holy eyes of mercy.
I first started writing poems like this at about the time that my mom was diagnosed with cancer. And when she was diagnosed, it was already pretty developed. And She was one of the first people that saw my poetry, and she kept asking me to show whatever new poem I had. And she kept reading them, and eventually she did say that this message should be shared with the world, and she made me promise that I would publish a book of my poetry.
Nadia has been writing poetry since she was about 12 years old, and while her new book originally set out to fulfill a promise she made to her mother, it soon became a mission to clear up as many misconceptions about Christians and Christianity as she could. Now, here's one of her poems called Flying Creatures, about the ups and downs of life. No matter what your belief system happens to be, I think you're going to like this one.
We are all eggs, hollow shells, that for now await to be the past of something else. We may be a little critter, small and meek. The noise we may make might not be much more than a squeak. Or we could be majestic creatures, tall and grand, mighty eagles with wings that stretch across the land. We can't help what we're born to. You could be a strange thing, 3 eyes and horns too. But what I say to you, what you do to me, forms us and grows us into what we are to be. We may fall and crack. If so, put your past in the back. We may grow prematurely. That's all right if you learn a little early. When you look around at all the flying creatures, you'll be that much higher.
Looking Beyond the Clouds is filled with wonderful messages. It's a poetic path through the ups and downs of life as we attempt to find a greater purpose. Her advice to you?
Find the light in everything. It is so hard to find the positive in things, but just counting your blessings in the little things and putting one step forward.
I love that. Find the light. It's there. All you have to do is look. Looking Beyond the Clouds by Nadia Owen, a book for anyone who has once denied or is struggling with religion. If you want to take another look into Christianity and you need a little nudge, Looking Beyond the Clouds is available right now at Amazon.com, and for as little as $3. I think you'll like the hardcover or a paperback better if you're trying to give it as a gift, but it's your choice. And that will do it for this edition of Newsgram from WebTalkRadio.com.